Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, here to recap the Tennessee Titans versus Atlanta Falcons preseason game, the first preseason game for the Tennessee Titans for the 2021 NFL season. And let me tell you people, this is only a first preseason game, so let's not go crazy. But this is one of the more promising first preseason games we've ever had. I mean, we saw things that we wanted to see, we didn't even expect to see, we were surprised to see, and we saw promising parts of our defense, of our depth, of our youth. Now, let's not go too crazy because the Falcons stink. And Arthur Smith, who looks, by the way, still dead on the sidelines. The guy has like one of the most dead skin. He looks pale. He looks like a Sith Lord. The guy looks evil as hell on the sideline. And the right color, red and black, does him well, I guess. I don't know. But man, they stink, especially their depth here. AJ McCarron and Felipe Franks. These two. Awful. The backup offensive line here, we don't need to go crazy here. But there are some promising aspects of this game, and we have to talk about it. And I know they don't even talk about the first preseason game, but when I sat down and watched the tape, I'm like, no, we need to discuss some things here, and we need to begin with Rashad Weaver. Now, we can debate, and we don't even know what happened with him in his incident off the field. I'm not endorsing that. I don't even know what he did, really. It's very debatable. We're not getting into that. His play on the football field here. Impressive, people. Okay, you have my attention. And you all know, I don't like to overrate rookies. I don't like to talk about undrafted players until they do something, until I see it. First of all, I like the draft pick. Okay, so remember that. I already liked the draft pick. I wanted to see what he could do out there. He's transitioning to the outside linebacker position, and he was impressive. He was impactful. He looked like he was better than anyone that they lined him up against. He looked like a starter. This is kind of a big deal. It's only the first preseason game, and he's still transitioning. He looked like a starter out there. This is exciting, because God knows we need pass rushing depth. And when you think about it, I don't think we've had a promising young pass rusher off the bench in a while. Okay, actually promising. Where you're not just saying like, well, he might come in and do a thing here or there. A player that you actually look at and say, well, wait a minute, not only, and again, he's a rookie, let's not overreact here, but not only can he contribute, but this could be a long-term contributor for this football team. That's what I'm already seeing. He just looked better. You could see the impact, a pass deflection, a sack and a half. Should have had maybe even 2 sacks and a half. You saw the impact, you saw the play. He has such a physical advantage coming from having his hand in the dirt, still having the power though, combined with finesse, combined with agility. I'm excited with this Rashad Weaver right now. And again, the character thing, I don't know, but in terms of what I saw on the football field, he was better than anyone that they lined him up against, and that's exciting. Even for a first preseason game, that is exciting stuff. And to me, that's the biggest takeaway of the whole game. I don't know what to expect from any of these other young players that we saw in this entire game. I like some things that I saw from a lot of other players, but this was the one thing that I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. I think we might be onto something here with Rashad Weaver. So keep your eyes on this man moving forward, and I'm excited. I actually am kind of excited about a backup pass rusher for this football team. And this is rare for me, as you all know. Outside of that, the overall defensive front was very impressive. The pass rush we got after it. You saw Wyatt Ray get after the quarterback consistently. He had a sack and a half. You saw some other players getting involved. No one that really needs to be talked about. Some people are talking about Trayvon Coley. Y'all could talk about him. He's been a backup defensive lineman in the league. Don't expect much from him moving forward, please. Okay? Monty Rice, he had a nice pressure. That's what you expect from him, but he didn't get the tackle, but it was a nice pressure. I expect him to be a nice blitzing linebacker, but he's going to have to get tackles. That's one of his problems coming out of Georgia. You saw the problem there. So, it's okay. It was a nice pass rush, though. You also saw some other contributors around. Murchison did a thing. David Long was impressive. I mean, he not only had that interception, but he was getting after in terms of, filling up holes, in terms of, helping out in the run game. So I like seeing that. He's definitely starter quality. In fact, unfortunately, he plays a different role than Rashad Evans. Otherwise, I say bench him for Rashad Evans, or bench Rashad Evans for him. Okay, let me say that. I mean, easily. But unfortunately, him and Jayon Brown are very similar. I mean, he is Jayon Brown light. I really think we should get him more involved, though. I mean, I know we need more of that run-stuffing inside linebacker out there, and that's the role that Rashad Evans is supposed to be playing, and he doesn't play particularly well, except for situationally, okay? 4th down here, 3rd down there, okay, he'll do something. Outside of that, not really. It just sucks because David Long should be out there, and this should be his contract season. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this should be his contract year, and Jayon Brown is on a 1-year deal. So we're going to be in the same situation when it comes to these two, and I guess just pick one. Luckily, we have Jayon Brown for cheap now. If Jayon Brown wants more money next year, I'm cool with David Long moving forward, although I don't want to see Jayon Brown go because he is one of our better defenders. Luckily, this is one of the few circumstances on this entire defensive roster where I'm cool with not only the starter but the backup. But then again, Rashad Evans, I need to see improvement there. So David Long did his thing. Real quick on the cornerbacks, I don't know and I don't care from this game because the wide receivers on the opposite side, first of all, Tajay Sharp was over there. Hey, that was a throwback. But they couldn't even get the rock. I mean, AJ McCarron was a disaster. I don't think you could take anything away from this game in terms of our secondary at all. I don't want to hear anyone take anything away. The one thing is okay, Breon Borders, I guess, should have had that interception. But wait a minute, that was one of the worst passes I've ever seen from AJ McCarron. So how can I expect Breon Borders to anticipate how bad of a pass that was going to be? Because I wasn't anticipating that. Okay, so I don't think God was anticipating how bad of a pass was coming from AJ McCarron there. So Breon Borders, I don't even blame him for not getting that interception. It was a shock to me. I don't know who AJ Brown was throwing to. I think the pass he gave for Atlanta was so disastrous. I don't think you can look at the tape and even say, well, our cornerbacks, are they actually covering well or not? I don't think you can see anything. I saw nothing really definitive there, so we still have to look out for that. By the way, unrelated to this game, Janoris Jenkins is apparently going by Jack Rabbit now. Okay. I'm already mixed on him, and I always have been in terms of him in the league and his personality. You better back up that nickname thing because, Jack Rabbit Jenkins, you think I'm not going to make fun of that? If you allow some touchdowns this year, dog, okay, let's see how that goes for you, Jack Rabbit. Anyway, so outside of that, let's talk about the run game. Mekhi Sargent, I don't care. I'm not gonna care. I don't think he's gonna make the team. I don't think there's any reason he should make the team. I don't think there's anything promising here whatsoever. And that's just the truth. I don't know why Charles Davis and Dan Henley or whatever his name is, we're talking about this guy. I guess they give you whatever notes and details to try to fill airtime. So they're trying to make us care about Mekhi Sargent. I don't care. I mean, I think he's a good guy from what I've seen. I don't think there's anything translatable to the NFL. He's not particularly fast at all. In fact, he's below average speed. I think he's below average strength. I don't see anything physically impressive at all. Is he a smart running back? Maybe. You need to be physical. You need to have some sort of physical trait or some sort of special skill or you're not going to make the league. Not at the running back position. Not at the running back position. So I don't expect anything here. And I saw no run that was impressive at all. I mean, the 11-yard run was fine, I guess. It's very average here. I'm sorry, people. I'm just not going to get excited about it. But it's great. It's a nice story, I guess, or something. I don't know why they were talking about. Anyway, Brian Hill. Okay, so this is supposed to be someone to help with the receiving game as a running back. We'll see. I'm being told to expect things from him. I don't really know why. As far as I'm concerned, he could be cut tomorrow and I wouldn't care. But Darrington Evans. Well, okay, you saw the burst, you saw the nice little run, and you saw him got hurt again. Okay? I'm not buying it still, people. I don't think this is our number 2 back. I mean, this is someone that, he has some measurables. He has some physical traits. He's better than Mekhi Sargent, okay? I'm not feeling it. I'm not buying it. They want him to be, wake me up. Just wake me up when he does something ever. You know, at this point, I mean, it's only been a year. You know, give him time. Hey, get him the rock, give him opportunities. Maybe you'll see more. I just don't see enough. Way better than Mekhi Sargent. That's someone that I'm not sure should be in the league. Darrington Evans, number 2 back. I don't think I want more. I want more from our number 2 back. I want him to actually be involved in the receiving game. I want a real receiving back as our number 2 back. Now, Derrick Henry's great. So it's not a big problem. He's been durable. Dear God, hopefully he continues to be durable. The minute he's out, luckily now we have Julio Jones, so our passing game should be great enough to where it won't be a big deal. But holy hell, this is going to be one of the worst drop-offs in terms of talent from your starting running back to your backup running back. I mean, holy hell, people. I mean, seriously. So I would look elsewhere. I don't think they're going to. I would look elsewhere. However, on a positive note, I like our wide receiver depth, Mason Kinsey. So this is someone that people talk about. And I don't think he's going to make the team, personally, because I just don't see how with Chester Rogers, who's a proven commodity in this league, well, to a certain extent. Not really, but, you know, he's done some things, let's say. Marcus Johnson, same thing. And now we have an interesting circumstance with Dez Fitzpatrick, who did not play in the first half, who Mike Vrabel's been throwing shade at. I think he dropped passes in a practice, I think it was maybe even today or maybe a couple days ago. Yeah, I don't know if there's room for Mason Kinsey, but let me tell you, he played well. I was impressed. Difficult catches. And also don't forget about Nick Westbrook-Ikiti. But yeah, difficult catches, played well, 4 targets, 4 catches. I loved it. This is the type of player that's actually played tough. That was actually kind of impressive. Mekhi Sargent, nothing impressive. This was actually kind of impressive. I'm like, oh, okay. But we also have Cameron Batson, who played well. So I just don't see the room for him personally. I don't really care who they choose. I really don't. To be honest, just pick someone. I think they're all good. I think they all offer different things. Cameron Batson is more of the proven returner, but I think if I remember correctly, Mason Kinsey can return as well. He may have to return today. So I don't care. Just pick one. I wanted to see more from Jerry Pinkney. He had 1 catch today, but I'm still interested in him. Okay, outside of the Vanderbilt love, and it is Vanderbilt love, I'm still interested in him. Want to see more. Miller for his stall had a touchdown. Good for him. It was a nice route. Not going to make the team, I don't think. But we'll see. And I mean, people, that's about it. Also, the quarterback and kicking situation. So let's get into that. So quarterback, Logan Woodside. Is he good at a backup? You know what? I've been a little low on him. But every single time he plays in the preseason, he plays well. So you know what? I'm cool with it. We'll see if he's ever called upon. But every time he's in, he plays well. This is now for like 2 years. So I buy it. At least enough. I'm not going to, fall on my sword with that. But I buy it. Matt Barkley played. He got a touchdown as well. By the way, this DeShone Kizer experiment was awful. I could have told you that was coming. And this is the dumbass that had him as quarterback number 1 in that 2017 NFL draft for a while. I did not have it when the draft came, but I thought after the college football season ended, I'm like, oh, DeShone Kizer is probably going to be the most translatable, and that didn't work out. One of the worst rookie quarterback seasons I've ever seen in my life. DeShone Kizer stinks. He'll always think that he's done, retired. With that said, the kicking competition? Okay, so Tucker McCann, we don't know. All you can know is what you've seen in practice, and he made his field goals today. Can he be trusted in the 4th quarter against the Colts, against the whoever? I don't know. I think so. I hope so. Sam Ficken stinks. Don't go down the Sam Ficken road. He stinks. Do not trust him. Horrible 70%. As a kicker, what was it, 2 years ago? Last year was better. I want to say about 84%. Did not play all the games. Is not trustworthy. You can ask Jets fans about that. I mean, maybe he's improved psychologically. I doubt it. I would go Tucker McCann. And that's just anecdotal, you know? I mean, really. I don't really trust either one of them, but I would trust the unproven commodity before the proven stink in Sam Ficken. So with that said, that's all I really want to discuss from the first preseason game. Oh, but, a decent amount of headlines here. Some things that are intriguing with this football team. We're going to continue to monitor things moving forward. But again, with Rashad Weaver and these wide receivers and some of the things that I saw, I'm impressed. But let's see about the second preseason game as well. So those are my thoughts on this game. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. This has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.